Good morning, students. Welcoming all the 9th standard students for the biology class. Today we are going to revise Unit 18, Organization of Tissues. Under this lesson, we are going to learn about plant tissue, animal tissue and cell division. Already you learned the lesson. Today we are revising the whole lesson and few additional questions are also given to you for learning. Group of cells positioned and designed to perform a particular function is called a tissue. First let us learn about plant tissue. Plants are made up of vegetative and reproductive tissues. In general, plant tissues are classified into two types, namely meristems or meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. First, let us learn about meristematic tissues or meristem. Meristematic tissues are group of immature cells that are capable of undergoing cell division. For example, apex of stem, apex means tip of the stem, root, leaf primordia, vascular cambium, cork cambium, etc. What are the characteristics of meristematic tissue? They are living cells. Cells are small, oval, polygonal or round in shape. They are thin-walled with dense cytoplasm, large nuclei and small vacuoles. They undergo mitotic cell division. They do not store food materials. Next, we are going to learn about types of meristems based on position. On the basis of their position in the plant, meristems are of three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. You can refer the figure and you can be able to know where is apical meristem is present, which part is called intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. First, apical meristem. These are found at the apexes or growing points of root and shoot and bring about increase in length. Intercalary meristem. It lies between the regions of permanent tissues. It is found either at the base of leaf or at the base of internode. Third one is lateral meristem. These are arranged parallel and causes the thickness of the plant pot. The function of meristem. Meristems are actively dividing tissues of the plant. They are responsible for primary, that is elongation, growth in length, and secondary thickness growth of the plant. Let's come to the next one, permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are those in which growth has stopped either completely or for time being. Permanent tissues are of two types, namely simple tissue and complex tissue. First, let us learn about simple tissues. Simple tissues are homogeneous tissues composed of structurally and functionally similar cells. Examples are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Let us learn one by one. Parenchyma. You can refer the figure also. Parenchyma are simple permanent tissues composed of living cells. In aquatic plants, aquatic means plants which live in water, parenchyma possesses intercellular air spaces, and this is named as parenchyma. That figure also you can able to see. When exposed to light, parenchyma cells may develop chloroplast and are known as chlorenchyma. Chloro means green. The green color pigment is found means they are called chlorenchyma. Air spaces there means parenchyma. Then green pigments are there means they are called chlorenchyma. Parenchyma may store water in many xerophytic plants. In potato, parenchyma vacuoles are filled with starch. In apple, parenchyma stores sugar. Next type is collenchyma. Collenchyma is a living tissue found beneath the epidermis, below the epidermis. They possesses thick primary non-lignified walls. The function of collenchyma cells is they provide mechanical support for growing organs. The next type is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma consists of thick-walled cells which are often lignified. Sclerenchyma cells do not possess living protoplast or at maturity. Sclerenchyma cells are grouped into fibers and sclerids. You can refer the diagram, fibers and sclerids. Fibers are elongated sclerenchymatous cells usually with pointed ends. Sclerids are widely distributed in plant body. They are usually broad, may occur in single or in groups. Okay, next let us pass on to complex tissues. Complex tissues are made of more than one type of cells that work together as a unit. Common examples are xylem and phloem. Let us learn one by one. First is xylem. Xylem is a conducting tissue which conducts water, mineral nutrients upward from root to leaves. Xylem gives mechanical support to the plant body. Xylem is composed of xylem tracheids, xylem fibers, xylem vessels and xylem parenchyma. Let us learn about one by one. First one, xylem tracheids. They are elongated or tube-like dead cells with hard, thick and lignified wall. Their function is conduction of water and providing mechanical support to the plant. The next one is xylem fibers. These cells are elongated, lignified and pointed at both ends. Xylem fibers provide mechanical support to the plant. The next one is xylem vessels. They are long, cylindrical, tube-like structures with lignified walls and wide central lumen. Next one is xylem parenchyma. These are living and thin-walled cells. The main function of xylem parenchyma is to store starch and fatty substances. Next one is under complex tissue, phloem. Phloem is a complex tissue and consists of the following elements. 1. Sieve elements. 2. Companion cells. 3. Phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Just like xylem, this also got 4 elements. Let us learn one by one. Sieve elements. The conducting elements of phloem are collectively called as sieve elements. Companion cells. These are elongated cells attached to the lateral wall of the sieve tubes. Next one is Phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma are living cells which have cytoplasm and nucleus. Their function is to store food materials. The last one is phloem fibers. Sclerenchymatous cells associated with primary and secondary phloem are commonly called phloem fibers. Let us know the discuss the differences between xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts water and minerals. What does phloem conducts? Tell me. Phloem conducts organic solutes or food materials. Next one. Xylem conduction is mostly unidirectional, that is always upwards from roots to apical parts of the plant. Here phloem conduction may be bidirectional from leaves to storage organs and growing parts, or from storage organs to growing parts of plants. Next point is xylem is conducting channels or tracheids and vessels. In phloem, conducting channels are sieve tubes. Next one, xylem. Components of xylem are xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. These components of phloem is sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Next, let us learn about the differences between meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue cytoplasm is dense and vacuoles are nearly absent. Under permanent tissue, usually large central vacuole is present in living permanent cells. Under meristematic tissue, intercellular spaces absent. In permanent tissue, intercellular spaces present. Under meristematic tissue, component cells are small, spherical or polygonal and undifferentiated. Here the permanent tissue, the component cells are large, differentiated with different shapes. Under meristematic tissue, cell wall is thin and elastic. Under permanent tissue, cell wall is thick. Under meristematic tissue, nucleus is large and prominent. Under meristematic tissue, nucleus is less conspicuous. Under meristematic tissue, cells grow and divide regularly. Here under permanent tissue, cells do not normally divide. Under meristematic tissue provides mechanical support and elasticity to the plant body. Here the meristematic tissue provide only mechanical support. That's all about plant tissues. Now let us pass on to animal tissue. This first part is over. The different types of plant tissues we discussed. Now let us discuss animal tissues. The study of tissues is known as histology. Now, the animal tissue is classified into simple tissue and compound tissue. Simple tissue means a group of cells that are similar in origin, form, structure and work together to perform a specific function. Compound tissues means a group of cells different in their structure and function but coordinate to perform a specific function. Animal tissue can be grouped into 4 basic types on the basis of their structure and function. That is epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissues. Now let us learn one by one. First let us learn about epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is the simplest tissue composed of one or more layers of cells covering the external surface of the body and internal organs. There are two types of epithelial tissues, simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium is composed of single layer of cells resting on a basement membrane. The compound epithelium is composed of several layers of cells. Only the cells of the deepest layer rest on the basement membrane. Now, function of epithelial tissue. The skin which forms the outer covering of the body protects the underlying cells from drying, injury and microbial infection. Second one, the epithelial tissue help in absorption of water and nutrients. Again, the epithelial tissue involved in elimination of waste products. Again, the epithelial tissues perform secretory function. For example, secretion of sweat, saliva, mucus and enzymes. Now let us learn elaborately about simple epithelium and compound epithelium. First, let us learn about simple epithelium. It is formed of single layer of cells. There are 5 types. Simple epithelium is further divided into 5 types. One is squamous epithelium. Next one, cuboidal epithelium. Next one is columnar epithelium. Next one is ciliated epithelium. The last one is glandular epithelium. Let us read one by one. Squamous epithelium. It is made up of thin, flat cells with prominent nuclei. The squamous epithelium is known as pavement membrane, which form delicate lining of the buccal cavity, alveoli of lungs, proximal tubule of kidneys, and covering of the skin and tongue. That's all about squamous epithelium. The second type of epithelial tissue is, the simple epithelium is cuboidal epithelium. It is composed of single layer of cubical cells. The cells are cubical in shape. The nucleus is round and lies in the center. This tissue is present in the thyroid vesicles, salivary glands, sweat glands and exocrine pancreas. The next type of simple epithelium is columnar epithelium. It is composed of a single layer of slender, elongated and pillar-like cells. Their nuclei are located at the base. It is found lining the stomach, gallbladder, bile duct, small intestine, colon, oviduct and also forms the mucous membrane. The next one is ciliated epithelium. Ciliated means cilia, hair-like growth. Certain columnar cells bear numerous means many, number of numerous delicate hair-like outgrowths called cilia and are called ciliated epithelium. It is seen in the trachea of windpipe, bronchioles of respiratory tract, kidney tubules and fallopian tubes of oviduct. All these diagram is given. You can refer that also. The last one is glandular epithelium. Epithelial cells are often modified to form specialized gland cells which secrete chemical substances at the epithelial surface. This lines the gastric glands, pancreatic tubules and intestinal glands. Now let us know about compound epithelium. Compound epithelium consists of more than one layer of cells and gives stratified appearance. Hence, they are known as stratified epithelial cells. The main function of this compound epithelium is to give protection. They also cover the dry surface of the skin, the moist surface of the buccal cavity, and pancreas. Epithelial tissue in the skin functions as a waterproof membrane. Now, next type, that is connective tissue. Connective tissue provides structural framework and gives support to different tissues forming organs. Connective tissue is classified connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue, dense connective tissue, fluid connective tissue. Now let us learn one by one. Revise one by one. First one is connective tissue proper. Connective tissue proper consists of collagen fiber, elastic fiber, fibroblastic cells, areolar tissue and adipose tissue. Here the adipose tissue diagram alone is given to you. The next one is supportive connective tissue. The supporting skeletal connective tissues form endoskeleton of the vertebrate body, which protect various organs and help in locomotion. The supportive tissue include cartilage and bone. Here I gave the diagram of tiers of bones. Next one, dense connective tissue. It is a fibrous connective tissue densely packed with fibers and fibroblast. It is the principal component of tendons and ligaments. The next one is fluid connective tissue. The blood and lymph are the fluid connective tissue which link different parts of the body. First, let us know about blood. Blood contains corpuscles, which are red blood corpuscles, erythrocytes, white blood cells are leukocytes, and platelets. That are all given in the diagram. You will learn elaborately about that. The next one is lymph. Lymph is a colorless fluid filtered out of the blood capillaries. It consists of plasma and white blood cells. It mainly helps in the exchange of materials between blood and tissue fluid. The next one we are going to learn, that is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue are made of muscle cells and form the major part of the contractile tissue. They are composed of numerous myofibrils. According to the structure and location, they are classified into three types, that is skeletal muscle or striated muscle, smooth muscle or non-striated muscle, and cardiac muscle. First, let us learn about skeletal muscle. These muscles are attached to the bones and are responsible for the body movement and are called skeletal muscles. They work under our control and also called as voluntary muscles. They are found in the biceps and triceps of arms and undergo rapid contraction. Second one is smooth muscle. The other name is non-striated muscle. These muscles are spindle shaped with broad middle part and tapering ends. They are not under the control of our will and so are called involuntary muscles. The next one is cardiac muscle. It is a special contractile tissue present in the heart. The contraction of cardiac muscle is involuntary and rhythmic. The diagram you have to refer, you can able to understand about striated muscles, non-striated muscles and cardiac muscle. The next one is nervous tissue. Nervous tissues comprises of the nerve cells and neurons. They are the longest cells of the body. Neurons are the structural and functional units of the nervous system. You see the diagram and you can learn about that nerve cell, neuron. The last part is cell division. All cells reproduce by division, and division of cells into daughter cells is called cell division. There are three types of cell division occur in animal cells. One is a mitosis or direct division. Second one is mitosis or indirect division. The third one is meiosis or reduction division. First one, amitosis division. You refer the diagram, then you can able to understand. Amitosis. It is the simplest mode of cell division and it occurs in unicellular animals, egging cells and in fetal membranes. Second one is mitosis, that is indirect division. In the cell division, one parent cell divides into two identical daughter cells, each with a nucleus having the same amount of DNA, same number of chromosomes and genes as the parent cell. It is also called as equational division. Mitosis consists of two events. They are karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis means division of the nucleus into two daughter nuclei is called karyokinesis. Cytokinesis means division of cytoplasm into two daughter cells by contraction of the cell membrane is called cytokinesis. The next one is meiosis. The term meiosis was coined by Farmer in 1905. It is the kind of cell division that produces the sex cells or the gametes. It is also called deduction division because the chromosome number is reduced to haploid N from diploid to N. Diploid is a cell or organism that has paired chromosomes, one from each parent. Human sex cells, that is egg from mother and sperm cells from father, contains a single set of chromosomes and are known as haploid. The diagram and all there, you have to refer that and you learn that already. This cell division and all taught very elaborately. So many phases and all there in the cell division, you will learn it thoroughly. Now let us learn differences between mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis occurs in somatic cells, but meiosis occurs in reproductive cells. Somatic means body. In the body it happens. Next, mitosis involved in growth and occurs continuously throughout the lifetime. The body is growing throughout the lifetime, so it is continuously throughout the life. But meiosis involved in gametes formation only during the reproductively active age. Next one is mitosis consists of single division, but meiosis consists of two division, two phases are there. Then mitosis, two diploid daughter cells are formed. In meiosis, four haploid daughter cells are formed. This and all you can refer the diagram and you can understand that. Next one, in mitosis, the chromosome number in the daughter cell is similar to the parent cell. But in the meiosis, the chromosome number in the daughter cell is just half of the parent cell. Then mitosis, identical daughter cells are formed. Here meiosis, daughter cells are not similar to the parent cell and are randomly assorted. That's all about this lesson. At the end of the lesson, some additional questions are given. There are 8 additional questions are given. You refer your reader from pages 210 to 222 and learn the answers. Prepare for the term 1 test. It will be conducted on 1st of October 2020. Prepare well this lesson. All the best, students. Thank you, students.